Attention, please.
And now, it's Cutter's Rockcast.
Yo, buddy.
God, what's up, dude?
How you doing, man?
Good. Can't complain. It's been too long.
It's been way too long. But then again, it's been way too long for you guys, period, to not be doing anything. What the hell?
Soon, my friend, soon.
Didn't you get the memo? The pandemic was over a year ago, I thought.
Yeah, we're finishing a record.
I know, honestly, it's good to see you, man. It really is.
Likewise, dude. Likewise.
But our time is short, so I'm gonna get right into the seriousness.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Actually, I want to listen. I broke out my I Prevail shirt.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. Maybe, let's see, when did the first song get released? Early June, right? Mid-June, month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it was probably the beginning of June. One of those days, you know, where you're feeling a little blah and down. And there's a record that came out a few years ago that still to this day sort of resonates. And it's called Trauma, and it's by some band from Michigan you might have heard of called I Prevail.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
To be honest with you, man, that record still to this day gets me through some things.
Hey, that means a lot, dog. I appreciate that.
You guys did something special with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now follow it up. Good luck.
Well, one more month and you're about to hear it, man.
Seriously though, because you know that, and we talked at length about it multiple times, but that album was so powerful. That album did have such darkness, and it had so many feelings that resonated with so many people. To take that and then apply those experiences, you had a pandemic, worldwide craziness, into a new album called True Power, which, like you just said, will be out next month. Get me from one point to the next.
Last time we chatted or the time prior, I know we talked about so Trauma was like the last 3 to 5 years prior to writing that record. It was the experiences, like, you know, as lucky and blessed as we are to be doing this, there's a lot of lows. You know, the highs were higher, the lows were lower. So like missing, you know, weddings to funerals to everything in between, and growing pains and being in a band with a business and all of that. That's where Trauma came through. And from there to now, I think we really learned just being open with our fans and just being ourselves, and, like, you know, wearing a heart on our sleeve essentially through the music. Right. Everything that came from it, you know, how our career growing, reaching out to more fans, having a better connection with the people who support us and listen to our music, and beyond that. True Power is just the culmination of all the lows, the heartbreaks, all of that, just finding strength in that, and not just getting through it, but turning all that into your power, your strength, your everything that's, you know, driving you. I think that to me is the whole next record summed up in a sentence right there.
It's a good sentence to sum up the album. The single is called Bad Things, but before you released that, mm-hmm. you guys come out of nowhere and just, I mean, nowhere to us, but and release this song that is so brutal and so in your face. Like, and you know you're coming with a song that's going to work on, you know, mainstream radio and sort of get all the playlists and satellites and all that stuff. But that first track, man, the brutality of something like that, I mean, was that kind of pre-planned as far as, listen, we're coming out with the metal first, yeah, and then we'll come back with the introspective song?
We I feel like we have that idea, like, you know, you got to put out the song that first thing kids hear is, you know, up, exciting, fast, punches you in the mouth, whatever, you know, verbiage you want to use to describe it. We didn't know that was going to be the single until, man, I feel like it was just months away from being, you know, deadline time to pick the single. And we were like, you know what, that might be it. That might have to be it. But, and then obviously bringing, you know, once you get everyone's attention, like, hey, you know, smack them around a little bit and be like, here's new I Prevail. and you put something out that's a little more soothing than the aggressive punch in the mouth that Body Bag was. But then that's, to me, is my favorite thing, is that we put out something on the heavier end. We put out something, in the lighter realm, the more what's the word I'm looking for? The more
melodic,
accessible. We'll say that. Yeah, accessible. And then gets all these kids riled up. Be like, oh, that's I Prevail. We know, puts out a heavy song, and then they put out all this other soft stuff. It's like, oh boy, you don't even know what's about to come. I think the whole mantra behind this record, I feel like we kept going over, is like, anytime we go, like, for example, Body Bag, I love seeing some of these reaction videos, and the first time kids listening to it, and the bridge is coming, it's building up, and they're like, all right, here comes the big heavy breakdown, and it's not. It's just this fast circle pit, keep the energy going, and every kid's like, oh, whoa. It's like, I feel like the theme of the whole record for us is any decision we made to write, the next section, the next breakdown, the next chorus, whatever it is, you're not going to know what's coming. It's not going to be expected. That's from the writing standpoint to the single release to it all, is we try to keep, one step ahead of the listener.
Dude, that part in Body Bag, though, man, that's a part after my thrash metal heart. Like, just
hell yeah, dude.
And I know we expect this in this genre of music now, right? Because breakdowns are on the radio now, and
yep.
It's all about the breakdown. Give me the breakdown. I mean, geez, I see the blah guy everywhere. It's all about that. But you didn't do that in that song. You did that fast part instead. And like you said, man, the circle, and that's exactly what I picture while listening to it. It's like, this is intense. Eric is screaming his balls off, and I know he's a nice guy. I've hugged him, but I'm scared. But then in Bad Things, you do have the breakdown.
Yes. That's, I mean, you get to the second chorus, and I've been, rap singing, whatever you want to call it, through the song, and Brian's just belting out these big choruses like he's known for, and then all of a sudden switch. Here's a breakdown you weren't expecting.
Man, his voice. And yours too, but his singing voice, the soothing aspect of it. But for real, there feels like there's another level here in these two songs, and especially in Bad Things, where his voice has gone to a new place. Am I wrong?
I feel like after his vocal surgery, and after releasing Trauma and going on tour, and then having these 2 years off, I think for me as well, but most big thing for him was being able to just grow that confidence back with his voice. And when we were recording this record, and this kind of ties into the whole circle pit thing on Body Bag. It's like, we usually in the past have never thought like, live, this part's going to be great. We just think of how can we make this song the best song. And going into this record, I think it was mostly that, but there's a little bit of, we know what we're doing now. I feel like we know what we hit our stride. We know how to write a good song. Now it's time to like think of those live moments, and not only just for the breakdowns, like the Body Bag circle pit part in the bridge, but for Brian live, these like, especially through the rest of the record, as you'll come to hear, is like these moments that he can have, just in the power range of his voice, and just be able to hit these notes or hit these melodies and just make them sound just so, in the best way, just fat, fat as hell, just so good. And yeah, man, I'm stoked for you guys to hear the record. I'm stoked to hear all these big choruses and what Brian and I are doing. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to do live.
Dude, the dual vocal thing's obviously been done, but the way that you two do it, it feels special in a different sense. And I don't know that I can put my finger on it, and I don't know that you can put your finger on it, but there is a connection between the words and the notes that you guys are using in regards to your vocal cords that just fit so incredibly well together.
I think it was just one of those, by happenstance, me and him found each other and
like
formed this band together. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like how many bands have toured for 5-8 years, and then members leave and members change, and it's kind of it's not like they're no longer that band, but there's just there's something different about it. And I feel like we just got lucky, and the band that we formed was right off the get-go, or the right people, and we're doing the right thing. And just, it's one of those, like, you could happen a million times, and maybe once or twice it would come out the way, you meet the right people. So just, like I said before, just lucky.
You know what? I'm glad you stepped on that, because I Prevail, you guys have not really changed members. You guys have been the same people since the inception, really. And I know that's hard to, as a musician myself, obviously, I know that's hard to do. I think I've never been able to keep a band together to save my life. But yet here you are. And not only here you are, but you continue to get better, and you seem to continue to find yourselves even more within the music and within the live show too, which I'm super stoked about. You guys doing a headlining tour with Pierce the Veil.
Man, not only am I excited for just going back out on tour and headlining and playing these rooms and stuff, it's just, that alone is, I was just saying earlier, it's like in another interview, once we started touring, I think I found what I was supposed to be doing, like it just felt right. Yeah. And then, having to be off these last few years, just been itching to get back out there. But not only for that, but years ago, Pierce the Veil, years ago, I grew up listening. I mean, huge band for a couple.
One of the mainstays in the genre for, might not have hit that sort of mainstream huge success level that, a band like Bring Me or Asking or even I Prevail has, but they are definitely one of the originators of this world.
Oh yeah, and they were one of the first bands I ever saw at Warped Tour my first year, and like, but past that, once we were getting our dipping our toes in the water, starting to tour, they took us out. And honestly, of all the years we've been touring, all the bands we've toured with and have taken out or have gone out with, they are still one of I hold that tour close to my heart. Like, keep that fondly in my memories, because they were incredible. They treated us well, better than we deserved to be at that time. And we learned a lot. We absolutely learned a lot by touring with them. So to be able to turn around and to bring them out, I know they haven't toured in quite a few years. So to be able to bring them back out, I am just, it's just like a full circle moment. I'm so excited they're just good people. They're just absolutely good people and great musicians.
I've never met them, but I've heard that before.
Phenomenal people. Yeah, you get the chance, do it.
Well, hopefully I will on this tour with I Prevail and Pierce the Veil. The album will be out, True Power, by the time the tour starts. I imagine you guys intend on playing a lot of it live.
I think right now that's the plan. I think there's 14, 15 songs on it, and I think we're going to plan on playing a big chunk of them. Obviously, we got to, keep in some of the Trauma songs, maybe a couple from Lifelines, but I'm really excited to play a lot of these new songs.
Amazing. I'm so happy for you, Eric. I am. And I wish we had more time, but we don't. So again, True Power will be out in August. The tour with Pierce the Veil kicks off in September.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Early September.
Perfect. It's a pleasure to see you, my friend. Give all my love to everybody else in the band, and
absolutely
we'll sit down and do this in person when you guys come through.
Yes, I'm absolutely looking forward to it, man. It's been too long. One of my favorite dudes out there, and I love seeing you at the show, man.
My heart.
Carter's Rockcast.
Don't forget to tune in.
Exactly.